Hi, I'm Mark, and today we're going to talk about how not to get lost when you're going out to the caverns. The subject, don't get lost. There's a couple of things you want to take with you. One of those is a lot of torches. The more torches you have, the better chance that you won't end up in the dark. You can definitely take wood with you, which is the lower left there. You want to have a lot of wood, definitely. If you don't have wood, if you don't take wood along, you don't have that opportunity to make a crafting bench or to make torches or to make anything else you need with wood. A chest, for example, and you'll see why later on. A lot of people like having a compass along. I don't understand that personally. I don't make much use of compasses, but if you find that it works for you, then by all means, take it along. And food. Now, food is one of those things that falls into the category of what do you want to take with you. But if you get lost and you don't have food, you're SOL. So make sure that you have tons of food. So let's go through here. One of my tips that I tell people is torch first, mine later. Now the reason I say that is you want to get out ahead of yourself to the next intersection and get that all torched. If you don't, what can happen is if you're sitting there mining away with a big dark section ahead of you, the mobs can come out of the dark and attack you. If you go forward and lay torches into that area, then you don't have to worry about it so much. And what you can do is set up little zones where you go forward, torch, come back, mine. Go forward, torch, back, mine. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, you want to write down your coordinates before you leave. I'm really lazy about this. I always forget to do it. But write down your coordinates before you walk into that cave. That way you know where you're getting back to. Okay? If you get really lost, you don't have to think, oh, I don't even know what direction the entrance is. You can look at your coordinates and work your way towards the entrance. Moving on down here, suddenly we see something on the floor. This is one of two really good marking systems that are out there. This one uses redstone. If you're a little later in the game, redstone works well because you get tons of redstone as you're out mining. All you have to do is if you take a look, you're in an arrow shape here. And this is the direction you would go to the exit. So each time you get to an intersection, you would lay some of this redstone down to point your way out. Now, one of the other methods that works equally well is to lay torches pointing like that as well. So you can use torches or redstone. I find that the torches start to get really messy. You've got torches everywhere. So it's a good early game thing to do torches, but later game I like the redstone a lot better. Now if we go out ahead here, you can see that I've laid out 3 torches in a row. What that means is I've already explored this section. It's basically blocking things off so I don't accidentally go and explore sections again and then get confused and lost. So that's what those 3 torches mean. So we continue down. You can see another one of those markers pointing our way out. And we go here and we see, oh, torches across. We already explored that, so we know not to go that way. We continue down into our cavern, and here's another one of those markers. Now this one looks different because it's on a diagonal. Being on a diagonal pointing up this way will give you this fine little cross shape. Oops. Let me get rid of that. Oh, now it's an X. We're going to die. Ah! That'll give you that fine cross shape. If we wanted to point straight off to the side here, we could definitely go like this. All right? Hopefully that makes sense. I'll get rid of these so they don't confuse me later on. And we'll go on down. Now this is another method people use, is to lay down either red or green wool and take stacks with them. You can see that I have 2 stacks, or a stack of green wool and red wool because I'm in creative. The wool will tell you if you've explored a section or if it still needs to be explored. Red wool means I've explored it. Green wool means I still need to. Now the sign there is something you can do as well. There's an unusual cave flower down here. Let's go take a look at that. It's the amazing, rare, in the dark, I think it's a dandelion, somewhere down here. There he is. The in the dark dandelion. Kind of rare, but I wanted to make sure that I marked it so I knew where I could find it again in the future. So we know we explored this because of the red wool. So we're going to go down to another path here, take a look around and see what we've got next. And there's another one of our markers telling us that's the way out. Now, have you noticed something about the location of those torches? Notice how each of them is on the right-hand wall? If I torch along the way, right hand constantly, put the torch on the right-hand side, put the torch on the right-hand side, what's going to happen is if I need to leave, when I'm ready to go out, that torch will be on the left-hand side. So all I have to do is keep the torches on the left, and theoretically I should find my way out. There are circumstances where that might not work, but in most cases it will. So let's go up here, continue to explore our cave. And as we take a look around, we're going to see more stuff that helps us remember how we got in, how to get out, things like that. More markers like that. Now see, there's another marker. It's red. It says we've explored that way, or it blocks the way and tells us we don't need to go here. And this is another path out. Those are good to have just in case you do get totally lost. This is a nice cave in that respect. Not all caves have that. We have another red block here. Means I've already explored that. So that leaves us with this direction here to go. And you can see the markers, more markers telling us what we've explored, what we haven't, and we can just continue to go along until we reach this area. Now obviously I set this up in advance, but let's imagine you are lost. What are some of the solutions you can use to get unlost? Well, you could dig yourself up. This is a pretty common technique if you get totally lost. You dig yourself up and then go from where you emerge out of the ground. With really big caves, this can get confusing because you'll come out of the ground way far away from where you went in. Another thing you can do is put your hand on the right-hand wall. This is kind of the reverse of the torches. What you're going to do is put your hand, that's a hand by the way, a really crappy one. Put your right hand on the wall and just never take it off. Go continue all the way around. You're going to go in and out of dead ends, all sorts of things. But eventually, theoretically, you should find your way out. This is a system that was designed for finding your way out of mazes, like hedge mazes and the like. So, should work in caverns, right? Another thing you can do is dead reckon your way out. Take that compass out and think about, okay, that's the direction of where I need to go. That's how I came in. I'll use the compass and try to get back there. The other thing you can do is use those coordinates. Take those coordinates and start to figure out, okay, what direction do I need to head to get out of here? And then finally, there's one more, and it's the worst one. You can kill yourself. It's an easy way to get back home. One of the things that you can do is write down your coordinates. Now, you don't do them in the game, obviously, because you're going to lose your stuff. But you write them down at home on paper, and then you put all your stuff in here so that you don't lose it. So we're going to put all of my stuff in here. Bink. And now I'm going to die. So I'll just do it the easy way here. Kill. Nah, I'm not going to, because I got to get back in here later on. But that's kind of the long and short of how to keep yourself from getting lost in caverns. Now, it does take a lot of extra effort, but take your time. Go through it slow. It makes it a lot more fun than getting frustrated later on because you're lost and you didn't want to be. The alternative, too, is to let yourself get lost in the first place. That can be a lot of fun. You just go wherever and explore and willy-nilly and have some fun, and then you realize you're lost. And then you have to figure out how to get yourself out of the cavern. So that can be fun as well. Sometimes let yourself get lost. Just don't take your diamond pickaxe, diamond shovel, and all the other great stuff with you. So that wraps it up. That's all there is to keeping yourself from getting lost in caverns. Pretty simple stuff, but if somebody doesn't point it out to you, you're never going to know. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a nice comment or a like. If you didn't, just keep that to yourself. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.